Hello everyone, and welcome back to the next video in the C++ programming course. In this video we are going to be looking at comparison operators. So as you can see in this table again, these are the operators and followed by the use. So the two equal signs checks if the two values on either side are equal. The exclamation mark equals operator checks if they are not equals, and these two you will have seen in maths, and they have the same application in programming. And here we have the greater than and less than followed by an equal, which is the same as greater than or equal to and less than or equal to. So hopefully most of these you will have seen. You may not have seen this one, but if you come from another programming language, you are likely to have seen possibly all of these. Okay, so now let's go into Visual Studio Code and look at a couple of examples in C++. Okay, so the first operator we will look at is the equals operator to check if they are equal. Okay, so the first one we'll do is the equals operator, and to demonstrate this I will just create a variable called number and I will set it to 1. I will also declare a variable called name and just set it to Bob. Okay, so first, to check if they are equal, we can do cout, and in brackets here, if we write number equals 1, it will print out a 1 or a 0, and 1, because of binary, means true, and 0 means it is false. So if we run this, we see a 1 because they are equal, because as we can see, number is 1 and it is 1. So if we change this now to 2, we should get a 0. Here we go. Okay, so let's try this with the string. So we'll write cout. I'll just put a end line here. So if we put a end L, it signifies going to a new line. Okay, so here I will write in brackets name equals Bob. Okay, so if I write name equals Bob, because name is equals to Bob, we should get a 1. So if we save and run that, as you can see here, we get a 1. But now if we change this so that it's no longer Bob, we should get 0. Okay, so that's pretty easy enough. So I'll just comment these out. And the next one we'll look at is the checks if they are not equal. Okay, so for this, we'll do the same thing. So we'll output number not equals to 1. We'll do that first. Okay, so it checks if they are not equal. Okay, so this should give us a 0 because they are equal, but this is checking if they are not equal. Okay, so now if we put something that is not 1, which is number, we should get a 1 for true. Okay, so if I put 2 there, now we should get 1. And this is the same for the strings. So I'll put name if the name is not equal to Bob. Okay, so if we save and run that, we should get a 0. Yes, so that is because they are the same, and this is checking that they aren't. Okay, so now if we change this, we will get a 1. So I'll just put an end line here. We get a 1. Okay, so most of these you're more likely to be using when we go on to do if statements, but it's good to know beforehand. Okay, so now if we write cout number is greater than 0, okay, so our number is 1, so this is checking if number is greater than 0. Okay, so 1 is obviously greater than 0, so we should get a 1, and here we go, we get a 1. Okay, so this also works with strings. Okay, so if I write cout and I write Al greater than Bob, we should get true because A comes before B in the alphabet. Okay, so if we save and run that, we get a true. Now if we switch these around, and if I put Al here and if I put Bob here, we should get 0 there. Okay, so the next operator we will look at is the less than or equal to operator. Okay, so here what we will do is, again, we'll just write cout number less than or equal to, first we'll do 1. Okay, so here we should get 1 because number is 1, this number here is 1, and they are equal. Okay, so we'll save and run that, and we get a 1. Now if we put something smaller than it, as you can see, this is false because number is not less than 0, because 1 is not less than 0. Okay, so if we save and run that, we should get 0 as we do. Okay, so now this statement is now true because 1 is less than 2. Okay, so if we save and run that, we get 1 for true. Okay, so that's great. So another statement that I would like to show you is a conditional statement to print different output, to give different output statements depending on the condition. Okay, so for example, I'll put cout number equals 1, print, I'll output the number is 1, otherwise I will put the number is not 1. Okay, so if you can see here, if this condition is true, so if number is equal to 1, it will output the number is 1. If it is not, it will output the number is not 1. Okay, so if we save and run that, we get the number is 1. Okay, because this statement is true, because number, which is 1, is equal to 1. But now if we change this to 2, you can see it now says the number is not 1. And this will work with all of the conditional statements. Now, again, we will use these more when we go onto if statements, but these are really helpful to know beforehand. So I hope you are able to follow along, and just make sure that you can get some practice in with this, and it will really help you in the future. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you.